All right, on target number 1, we have a young man right here in Kentucky, Jeremiah Foster. He's also on target number 2, a man studying in Kentucky at Union College, Parker Baker. And your line judge is Eddie Sparpaglione.
And we're about ready to get started here with the compound
All right,
men's
target
finals.
number 1, Jeremiah.
And, we've got Jeremiah on target number 1.
This is a
shooting
compound
first.
match, again, cumulative
Now,
score.
Jeremiah Foster, coming into this match, his first match was Isaac Sullivan, who's a gold medalist here.
Yep, last year or the year before.
Yep, and obviously got through that match, and then had to go through Sawyer Sullivan, and who wound up going on to the bronze medal match. He lost that one, wound up taking 4th. Parker Baker, his first match of the day, Dave Cousins.
Yeah, that's not where you want to start.
That's generally not a great idea, but he worked through it. Parker, he just won the 2024 Lancaster Archery Classic in the men's open division.
It looks like we got a couple wide left arrows.
Yep.
For Jeremiah to start.
10.
Parker with a 10 and a 9.
And he's shooting bottom up versus top down. You think that's an advantage?
A lot of guys do it just because it's what they're comfortable with, or with the lighting differences. But the lighting's pretty good here. There's not a whole lot of shadows cast, so I think it just comes down to more personal preference, not an advantage necessarily.
10.
So I'm going to say that's a 10-10-9 there for Parker. He's going to have a 29 to start. Jeremiah comes out of the gate with a 27.
2.
I haven't seen much from
Target
Jeremiah
1
in
is
the past.
confirmed. 9.
Young kid, still in high school.
Yeah,
for a total
both
of
of them are
27.
both very young. You got 18 for Jeremiah and then 20 for Parker. So both of these guys are young up and comers.
Target 2 is
from as far as I'm aware, this is their
10,
first
9
taste of a big podium position for them.
Right, and they're up on the podiums. They're live on camera.
It's a lot of pressure that they're not used to. So it's going to be a great learning experience,
Target
and both
1
obviously success for the weekend. And it's a good confidence booster for both of them going into the weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can take a look at his shots there. Everything low left. Hopefully he reaches up there and grabs hold of that sight and gives it a whirl.
It looks like
Maybe too much of a whirl.
Good strong shots every time, though. He'll get it dialed in. Hopefully it's not too late and we can get a good match out of it.
We got 5 ends to get it done.
There's a lot of arrows left.
Kentucky versus Kentucky here at the indoor finals.
Wonder if these guys have a high school battle going on.
Men's
I bet they see each other on the road quite a bit. They're both being from Kentucky.
Probably not too far away. I'm sure they've had some battles at locals before.
Right, and so now we're going to see. Let's see who's going to start this. Should be.
And we can see with Parker's quiver there, there's not going to be a dry spot in the whole arena with all the towels he's got hanging off.
It does. It looks like that's
10
a laundry
liner.
list right there. I'm going to say that one's probably just a little bit high.
9.
A little wide right.
Big head shake there from him. Ooh.
10.
That looked like his most uncomfortable shot and the closest to the middle.
Yeah, you saw that too, right?
10.
Yep, just caught the top of the line.
Still giving a bit of a head shake. Doesn't know if he's quite comfortable there.
Well, I mean, I think neither of them are going to be comfortable. I wouldn't
9, 10,
right.
liner.
You know, shooting for gold in their first time that I'm aware of at a big stage.
And a big paycheck too.
10.
All right, so he brought it back in, 9, 10, 10. So 29 there for Parker. Jeremiah 28. Got a little bit of a lead there. Still a 3-point lead unofficially.
10, 9,
we'll wait for the officials to call down there.
9 for target 1.
No matter how much of a lead they got, they'll never be comfortable.
You don't think?
Mm-mm.
You've been in that position enough times.
Yeah.
Do you ever get comfortable?
Nope.
You don't?
For
No.
20.
Do you talk yourself through it quite a bit?
Yeah, I have to. I'm always saying something to myself when I'm nervous.
On target 2. Also, an educational
Yeah, you could tell there that first shot, he had a big head shake.
Parker Baker.
He looks surprised
For the
every shot.
University of Pikeville.
No matter where it hits, he looks surprised.
Is that kind of what you're going for?
All right.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the shot style he wants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure with him being a button if he's a command or a surprise shot shooter, but obviously whichever one, it works pretty well.
With you having the internal conversations there,
all right, looks like
anything you can repeat?
55 to 58. That means
Nope, nothing that we can say live.
Is shooting
well,
first.
the Caulfold clan over there getting all snacked up.
So
They look like they were
Jeremiah
laughing and
will
carrying
shoot
on
the
in the
first
background.
arrow on target number 1 for end number 3.
So we've got Jeremiah coming up first here.
Jeremiah down by 3 points.
Mm-hmm. Good strong pullback. Hinge style release. See him putting a little pressure on that.
Good shot.
Yep.
Looks like he's starting to get settled here in this third end. Yep, another good one by Parker.
Yep.
9-10 liner, too close to call from here.
I don't know. I think that's a half shaft liner there.
10.
There's a 10. Yeah, you can see he's definitely getting a lot more comfortable. His rhythm's coming in. His timing's coming a little bit better.
Yep, his shots are quicker. They're firing better.
Is that what you do? You pay attention to that?
As far as when you're shooting well, usually when you're shooting extremely well, your shots are, you know, when you're nerved up, a lot of times the first areas take a little longer, but when you kind of get in a rhythm, you know, your shot timing is extremely consistent.
liner
It's probably
could
a
be
little
2
faster
points
than it was when you
closer.
started, when you really get comfortable.
For Parker, depending on this next arrow.
I think that last one dropped out.
And it's
just
a
little
10.
bit. I think that's going to be a 10-10-10. He's going to put a little more pressure on him there.
Yep, it's not over yet.
Target 1, 10, 10, 9.
So
That would bring
Jeremiah
us
with a
up to
10-10-9.
84
Getting
on
84
target
for
number
a score
1.
there. Parker's
Target
going to have
2, 10, 10, 10, 30.
Connor with a big smile.
Yeah, he's got his hand in a bag of candy over there having
Brings
a
the
good time.
total to 88.
I don't know what they're eating, but they got a whole bag of it they're sharing amongst everybody. So now you're into the middle of the match here, right? You've got 3 ends down. What are you thinking to yourself?
It depends which one I am. If I'm Parker, I'm like, okay, so I'm up by 4, so I have to get 3 10s. If I shoot 3 10s here, I'm not missing yellow, and I'm going to win. So my concentration here is like, all I need is 3 more 10s. I don't care where the others go. As far as for Jeremiah, he knows he can't miss another one, and he knows it's probably over with the way that Parker's shooting, but he's still going to have to do his best to give himself a chance because you just never know.
You see me, he had to flip that arrow up with his finger. It bounced off his wrist there. His release looks pretty comfortable there. His aim looks a little bit of a fade there.
10.
Almost looked like he lost his balance.
Yeah, you saw it look like he kind of tipped there on his toes.
Yep, hit the middle though.
Good stable looking shot there.
10.
Right in that same hole that he's been living in, that low right hand side corner.
I'm not sure the way that Parker executes his release, but it almost looks like more of a command style. You know, because he doesn't have a super explosive follow through.
Let's watch his thumb here. Yeah, see,
He
gets it out on the edge of that barrel.
settled.
You can see him kind of curl. Yeah, he's definitely
10.
pressing on that. I wouldn't say he's pulling through it.
No, it looks like more of a command style, which is becoming more and more popular.
There's been a lot
10.
of guys. Oh, look at that, a 30.
10,
Yeah.
10.
He's doing
10.
what he can to stay in the match. Yeah, you can see there on the corner of his barrel. Yeah. he's
Parker answers
also
with
with
a
a
10.
10-10-10. Well, now you're down by 4 going into the last
Looks like
end.
a 30 to
you
30.
You know it's over.
Possible.
I mean, so you go fire 3 good ones realistically, and
it is confirmed.
You know,
try to
30.
finish with 10, 10, 10 and look good and hope the other guy shoots an 8.
yeah,
target
I mean,
1.
you don't try to hope bad for
10,
the other person,
10,
but I do
10
when
for
I'm in that
target
position.
2. 30.
Do you think bad thoughts?
Well, I think
18.
Well, we're not discussing what I think on the line, but you definitely have to root for yourself.
Yeah.
Target 1 will be shooting first again.
Interesting. He's got. Is that 2 different lengths of fletch he's got on there, or just 2 different colors?
I think 2 different colors.
Oh, okay.
This will be
So we're at our
number
final end
5. The final end for your compound.
4-point lead
Men
for Parker Baker.
Gold medal match.
And Parker had a good road to get here. Again, beat Dave Cousins in his very first match of the day.
Yeah, and anybody in those top 8 are not easy matches.
No, not at all. The compound men, let's see, we have the figure. 560 men competed nationwide to get to this position.
Jeremy with a 10.
And there's a ton of guys that didn't make the top 8 that shot phenomenal.
Yeah.
Parker answers with a 10.
Shot an 1187 to get here. 1187, that's a good number.
Dropped 13 out of 120 errors.
10.
Yeah.
Dead center.
So you got to think 9 out of 10 basically if his shots are in that X ring or that 10 ring.
Yeah, that's a 9.5 or 9.7 score. 10-10 here. He's going to close it out solid. Got an ace in his hat. Have to ask him about that in the interview. That was good. 10-10-10. See, his shots came in a lot more comfortable at the end there. Really settled down.
Yep, all he's got to do is hit a 7, and he's your champion.
9.
That's all right.
He'll be happy
Nine's
with it.
Gonna win it.
I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like.
And look at that big breath on the stand there. It's just now settling into him.
Wait for the decision of the judge.
He's looking around.
144 for target 1.
He's waiting to hear his name announced.
Target
he still
2,
doesn't
10, 10, 9, 29, 147. Your winner.
You look at that? Yeah, he's still waiting to hear it.
Parker Baker.
Congratulations
now
to Parker Baker.
University Pikeville.
And he's looking at all the cameras. There's a whole line of cameramen over there taking his picture. We'll get him to do an interview. And we'll get his thoughts on that match. That was pretty exciting. That was
yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah, the first 2 ends kind of were a little shaky, but they brought it together there at the very end.
They were dialed in those last 3.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
That's the type of shooting you expect to see out of the compound men.